Who kills tanks in this comp? The Corki.
I mean, you have Trundle. In fairness,
okay,
you have
Trundle
Trundle, so maybe
yep.
it's completely fine. And if he plays frontline, I think it's okay. He's going to do the same thing with proxying anyway.
Good music.
He's going to really need this crash right here. The wave is being held by White Knight, so there's going to be a
We're
gap.
looking bot because, yeah, the 2v2 is going to start off first. Flash from Whiting going into Crowning. Barrier comes out, but first blood over to Reckless as Legolas is looking for the trade. Instant flash in return. Meanwhile, Bounce goes down in topside, but Reckless is taking down Legolas. The Ghost has just worn off. Reckless needs a couple more autos and a Shattering Strike, but only just Legolas on his escape route. Flash from Reckless. Look at him go.
It's Thager. It's the jungler who's getting ganked the most.
Baus is in no man's land a little bit.
Baus is the one in trouble, though. There's the counter strike. A stun up. He dismounts at a good time, but a searing charge means he goes nowhere. He flashes over the wall. Here comes the Call the Forge God for a kill, and Baus is dead now, having nothing up and available.
Being down isn't going to be the end of the world, but if there's a fight beforehand, that could be problematic. Val, you're going to look for a gank down in bot side.
Doesn't care about the Horde, though, because all he needs is a pillar, an instant flash, a crash down. Wide in, has nowhere to go. He's got no flash, and so with that pillar, it's a free kill salvaged over to Velya. He's everywhere. This series, Velya happens to be everywhere. I want to be in the vicinity in case Chocolate comes in with a shockwave, but he won't risk it. He's got no flash either, and he's going to be first dragon. But this is also a repeat, right? Like, while Baus adds pressure on the top, we talk about the minion wave denied, we talk about his constant pushing in. It also enables them to consistently just pick up these dragons.
Also, no one really talks about the kind of champions that Baus does that way.
24-minute-ish, cold completion, maybe 22 at best. So that's going to be a little bit late. Grub started up. Is Thager going to play for 2 or 1 Grubs here? That's the question.
Fight. Thager doesn't have his flash available. 5 seconds on that as well. 1 Grub at the very least for now. Barca want to try and find 2 and see what they can do with a bit of time held at their hands. Legolas coming in. But the team that needs everything in this series starting now. Ball. It comes off and engage. Thager doesn't pull it in. Los Ratones still trepidatiously tiptoeing in as Nemesis is pulled back in. A great engage, though. Reckless pulls them together, makes them kiss, and Barca trying to get that second grub will succeed, but how goes the fight? Thager chomp for a bit. His AD reduced. Reckless re-engage. The jump on from the Jax. He's carrying. Thager being the hero for Spain, but as Reckless gets yet another stun, and Nemesis sits there for fun. The damage and range is enough. Nemesis just missing. Reckless will have to finish the job and pick up 3 kills in the early game. Legolas will run, but not for much longer, as Los Ratones in this same spot. 1-0 and 3. Nemesis after the fight still looking good, but as we get Thager down in yet another lane, Call the Forge gone on the Baus. Ulti gonna pop, run into Thager. Here comes Velya to save the day into Mini Kled. Baus wants to remount. There's a pillar out. Bellow's breath is doing damage, and Baus is playing on the edge of this one, but Velya might be able to do it himself. He's got his ulti out. That subjugation slowing down Thager and sapping away his energy. Is White Knight now with no mana to escape, and with a remount, Baus has everything up and available. It's going to turn into a dive. Searing charge, though, makes it a 1-for-1. Shotgun out. Baus is dead. Right of the arcane. Helps out in the end. It's a massacre. It's a bloodthirsty fight, but Velya stays there to pick.
One thing that really pops up for me is the fact that Orianna has no item yet, and you're walking into Trinity Forces, Ludens, double Trinity Force actually, and Ludens on the other side for the side of LR. I think Chocolate is going to be super weak walking into this one, so FFing it here for Barca I think is the best move.
And one thing we didn't talk about is the Nemesis chunks that are starting to come through, because the Xerath does have a lead, and this is what he does, is that Nautilus tries to face check, and look at this. The big engage tool can't walk into River. Whiting gets chunked out again. Second dragon down for LR. Legolas now with nothing here. It's Crowny. He just took a blast cone into a Nautilus and a Jax. Pillar might try and save his life with a depth charge. Crowny flashes away, but it's matched. Thager now, he just has to survive as long as he can, but he can't, because Velya's whacking away with his club. This guy's pulling out some magic from caveman to wizard. Velya just being fed kills again. How is this guy always so damn strong as Legolas has now walked in after he lost his double sums? Nemesis or Reckless, it doesn't matter. The kill's going over as Chocolate gets Velya. And we devolve into chaos in an 18-kill game, while LR still somehow keep getting more gold off of every passing play. Just ignore Baus. They're just going to keep running after each other. He might dismount. Call the Forge God comes in. White Knight will have some backup. There's a triple Hexgate usage here. Baus is going to remount now, but he is dead. Thager gets the kill, but top turret for Baus.
Down by Chocolate here, but make no mistake, the hero of this place was Velya. This play, rather.
Well, the hero died to Chocolate.
Yeah, well, he does die.
Which is very important, right? Because you get a big shutdown on the Orianna. We talked about how they need more items onto Chocolate, and right now Barca They have the full control of the river.
Here he comes from South America. And Barça is coming in. No, the south of America. Pause for that. Barça is going to go into mini and probably die at the start of this fight.
He's
As
out.
he runs out, he somehow survives. Crash down, CC, stun out, and Crowny gets the kill. How did no one from LR die there? More importantly, how did Baus survive?
Down so hard. So Mikkel's getting chunked for free. Toplin's getting pushed for free from Baus TPing back. And Fager cannot even access his own jungle.
Yeah, mid tower might fall here, especially with the
he's dead.
hold
He's
up.
stunned and he's
wait
dead.
a minute.
Nemesis is huge. Nemesis is unbelievable
wait,
right now.
actually, how do you miss a spell on Pillar, CC? I guess that's the idea here. The setup's really, really nice with frontline. And Baus TPing back, like you said, Trouble. And the wave clip from Titanic is...
Oh, dredge line. Velia chops and gets it anyway. Depth charge. They're getting annoyed. Barger getting annoyed because at 6k gold down, they wanted something. Now they do punish Velia. Begins.
And Or and Orianna are super chunked down. So if Nemesis finds the mark right here, they could turn this around.
Velia with an angle. That's what matters here. You look in the picture in
Oh
picture.
my God.
Turret going down. The Dragon gets them low. Wide in for an engage. Onto Reckless. Crash down to disengage. Nemesis still buying that space as he needs, but his zone control massive. Chains Corruption not connecting. And a long form engage from White Knight that has no follow-up. Walking into Nemesis is a disaster. Is a horror. Is a mismatch. A shockwave good, but again, where are the kills? Thega gets subjugated by Velia, and subjugated he will be with the chains lashed off. It's now Legless in a 1 versus 3, but Nemesis keeps firing and firing and firing and firing, and Legless doesn't have a single chance against the right of this Arcane. Last, but as you said, Trouble, no front to backs have happened.
Oh,
no moments of shockwave from Chocolate, and he flashes. But with the right of the Arcane again, all it needs to hit is one more. An objective bounty, yes, for bot. But a kill through mid, opening up towards the inhib.
Is he soloing Atakan?
I think Velia might be soloing Atakan.
Oh, he's
Crowny's
chomping.
going to help. But Baus was here to defend bot, so...
Yeah, Velia's health bar wasn't moving. He could definitely do the solo if he wanted to. But just going to accelerate a little bit with Crowny here. They're trying to cross-map. Can Baus clear the way? Probably not.
Chains of Corruption, bit of range here. There's good damage. He does pay respect. He's trying to get out, but a depth charge has now burnt quite a lot. Objective bounty is nice, and Baus in a small mini Kled gets out. That engage would have hit. He would have found his mark, and 2 turrets here for Barça stimulates some gold growth.
On the other side, Atakan, the whole top quadrant of Thager's jungle, and a tower just about to take a huge hit from the side of Barça. So Barça are in pretty desperate scenarios right now. You need to make some picks. You need to grab some shutdowns. Tower's gonna go down, Atakan's gonna go down, the whole top side of the jungle is gonna go down, and Baus
they're not letting them breathe. Bear trap on a rope, wide in, looking to be reeled back in. There's no Chains of Corruption.
They haven't been able to spend the gold from taking the tier 2 tower, which was their cross map. If they fight at this point in time, they are no stronger than they were 5 minutes ago, so it's really important that they find this reset. The backs being delayed means that Los Ratones are going to take a tier 2 of themselves.
Stun doesn't connect, but Nemesis, all he has to do is auto-attack and get mana back. His damage still... But Fake's also
there's 4 members around.
I guess that's probably why he's not showing for now.
Empowered recall. He's
they're coming. Oh, they're coming.
Well,
look on your minimap.
I mean, because objective bounty's being picked up, and for Barça, credit to them, they're actually starting to break down some of these turrets, but Barca's going to cut off the escape route. Maybe the last charade, the last fight is in here for Barça, but onto Chocolate, the bear trap on a rope from Baus is putting down some damage. He's caught out, though, before the rest of LR are coming in. Reckless, too. With a windmill ulti in, he dies, but White Knight now finds Nemesis at full range. The rest of the team trying to get there, but Nemesis still not far enough close. As Barça are getting poked out a little bit. Thega gets a good ulti down onto Crowny, but the damage is not there. He flashes, and this is how far behind they are. Into Nemesis, that won't cut it. Bjorn gets away, back to his station. But White Knight, now that he's gone,
he's looking.
No one to defend Legless, and White in.
Has flash.
Over the wall, Velia takes a chomp. White In's going to be next, and this grand final is once again being smothered by Los Ratones back-to-back right now on the cards. And
for White Knight as well. Really trying to send it with the engage. They're running down Nemesis as best as he can, but he gets trundle ulted and he's just one shot, and he has to back away on such low HP. He can't find the engage, and then you just lose so much off the back of...
Almost able to take him down. Same again with Boostgate. But then, since then, it's been stomps, it's been domination, a Chains of Corruption, buffered ulti from Baus, but with an Ornn ulti coming out, remember, Baron's up in 11 seconds. If Baus dies here, there are still no big ultis for Barca, so 4 versus 5, but you're 8,500 gold in the dirt.
Of the artillery into the blind pick control mages.
But this guy can play everything. This is the problem. Nemesis, what a tournaments he's had towards the end of NLC. There were some question marks. I know he wasn't having the best performance, but he came into EMEA Masters and he's been taking names. Now
Chasing Baus again.
Doing the same. Shockwave going to be bringing him back in. White in is here. And to contribute his Baus flashes over, there's a dredge line waiting. He'll go into small Kled, but even though he dies again, even though he's now way past 120 deaths, with the push through mid, LR are trying to take some more base defenses with all the members showing through bot. This is going to be the straw that breaks the already broken Camel's back.
It's 5 versus 4, but very crucial ultimates are missing from the sort of Barça. Can they turn it around? They're tipping in.
They're going to use themselves a Hex Gate onto Velia. They've got an isolated target. That's nice. With teleport. Thega now joins in, or rather is Shekolad. But look, Los Ratones on different members. Reckless missing that ulti. It's a bit chaotic. It's a bit crazy, but it works because Los Ratones, they're rats with crazy minds. Right of the Arcane again. And for Barça running back to their base, there's no place like home, but there is no longer home. Teleport to the last Nexus turret, but with the minions already in the base, this might just be it.
Crowny chunks, Velia chomps, and Los Ratones Lila!
They already did this 3-0 in IJC in winter. They're doing it again versus Barça in spring. It seems so simple, taking down Europe, one country at a time. We ask, who can stop them? Who can stop this infestation of rats? It's a new dynasty, new era. It's NLC's time to shine. And led by the Los Ratones, your back-to-back spring EMEA champions.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.